Like
70 kids
robbed them?
without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans. I couldn't even carry it. Some of the guys I robbed had to help me carry the stuff with them.
Long ago, Fat Joe came out and said he lied in 95% of his rhymes. What did you think of that?
He told the truth for the first time, that he's a liar. That you can't believe nothing that comes out of his mouth. He's a liar.
He used that little snippet right there to sell the fact that he did an album with Biggie. Incredible liar. Disgusting.
Fat Joe has a gift. Not the kind you wrap with a shiny bow. The kind that gets hip-hop fans raising their eyebrows while whispering, yo, there's no way that actually happened. His storytelling is legendary. Almost too legendary. So legendary that people in the industry gave him a nickname that says it all, Leotino, a name that suggests the man might sprinkle a little extra seasoning on the truth every now and then. He isn't just a rapper. He might secretly be the most confident fiction author in hip-hop history. People love him for it. His energy, his charisma, the way he leans in like he's letting you in on a secret nobody else knows. Yet, as the years go by, those secrets start to show holes the size of a Bronx pothole. Is Fat Joe a master filmmaker inside his own mind? Or is hip-hop finally ready to call him what some have already crowned him, hip-hop's biggest liar?
Hip-hop's biggest liar?
100%.
How's that?
Fat Joe's always lying.
Fat Joe has a gift. Not the kind you wrap with a shiny bow. The kind that gets hip-hop fans raising their eyebrows while whispering, yo, there's no way that actually happened. His storytelling is legendary, almost too legendary. So legendary that people in the industry gave him a nickname that says it all, Leotino. A name that suggests the man might sprinkle a little extra seasoning on the truth every now and then. He isn't just a rapper. He might secretly be the most confident fiction author in hip-hop history. People love him for it. His energy, his charisma, the way he leans in like he's letting you in on a secret nobody else knows. Yet, as the years go by, those secrets start to show holes the size of a Bronx pothole. Is Fat Joe a master filmmaker inside his own mind? Or is hip-hop finally ready to call him what some have already crowned him, hip-hop's biggest liar?
The whole gym.
like
70 kids
robbed them?
without a gun. Like, yo, everybody give me your coats, give me your Walkmans.
No gun, no backup, not even a raised voice, just pure intimidation physics apparently unknown to the scientific community. Then comes the plot twist that sent the entire internet into cardiac confusion. He said he stole so much stuff that the kids he just robbed helped him carry the loot out of the building. I couldn't even carry it. Some of the guys I robbed had to help me carry the stuff with them. Imagine losing your coat, your Walkman, your dignity, and then offering to help the thief so he doesn't trip on the way out. Content creators, comedians, and Bronx residents have called this story a historic piece of cap, a fairy tale with Adidas laces. People who grew up in that exact type of gym looked around like, you really think 70 teenagers in the Bronx just stood there? He said he robbed a whole gym, a Bronx school gym, the Bronx. The most generous interpretation? Maybe he did rob a couple kids, 2 or 3. Even he admits he used to be wild, but he's 70 with personal assistance. This wasn't a robbery. This was Avengers Fat Joe edition.
Exaggerations. Because I'm pretty sure he probably robbed maybe 1 or 2. Because I knew dudes that I went to school with like that. But 70? Come on.
A fun story. Absolutely believable. Not even close. Yet somehow this isn't the craziest tale he's ever told. Fat Joe once told a story involving one of the most powerful men in rap history, Tupac Shakur. He said Pac himself called him from prison. Yes, Tupac was in prison, dialing Fat Joe for backup like he was a mafia hotline.
Yo, Joe, what you think about Tupac and all that? I say, yo, he's cool, but, you know, if they step to me, it's going to be Tupac's locked up upstate in New York. The Puerto Ricans hear that, and they're like, Poppy, Tupac got beef with Fat Joe.
According to Joe, Pac had problems with certain Puerto Rican inmates after Joe made comments on the radio. Pac supposedly went, yo, Joe, these dudes are on me. I know you got people. I need help. Joe said he then reached out to his guy in the prison system to protect Pac. A heroic narrative. Fat Joe, the savior of a legend.
Nice, who pretty much put me in the game, one of my brothers, He said, yo, Joe, I got Pac on the other line. I was like, Pac? Tupac was like, yo, these Puerto Ricans is on me. Like, you said something in the radio. I don't got a problem with you, Joe. Like this, I know what's up, this. And so, you know, we sent the kite out to the Puerto Ricans and be like, nah.
One problem. People who were actually there say this never happened. Tupac's cousin shut that story down like a club bouncer at max capacity. He said Pac walked into prison with serious support already waiting for him. Heavy connections, real power. If anything, the guards worried about Pac's influence sparking a prison takeover. Pac didn't need protection. He was the protection.
Strength with Puerto Ricans, his people. But as far as Tupac being in prison, having to call Joe to keep the Puerto Ricans off his back because they think that he got beef with Joe in the street or some, I don't know about that. But a lot of people who run the prisons in the New York State penal system are people that we know. They people that love us. They family members. Tupac wasn't in a prison where people was going to walk all over him. That wasn't going to be the situation. He was in prison with people who were strong. When he first got into Clinton, there were people already with care packages for him. Like strong people that is telling Pac, if you got problems, let me know. I'm gonna make sure that the CEOs know blah, 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 and this and that. And Pac telling him, nah, that's all right. I don't need none of you guys to help me with nothing. Officers knowing Pac's connection with some of the strongest people in Clinton, taking him out of population and putting him in segregation so that he don't incite anything. Does that make sense to you? That some Puerto Ricans is gonna put pressure on him so that Pac can call Joe of all people?
So how would a call like that even go? Hey Joe, can you call my fans off? Sure, Pac, let me just send a kite real quick. Cool plotline for a movie. In real life, not so much. Yet Joe tells it with all the seriousness of a funeral speech. This pattern continues. The moment the conversation shifts from funny exaggerations to darker accusations, the room gets colder. For years, Fat Joe has insisted he took care of Big Pun's family after Pun passed away. He claimed Pun's widow received hundreds of thousands of dollars because Joe kept her financially secure. Sounds noble, the kind of thing you'd want to believe.
He had hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought I did the right thing. She spent the money unwisely, right? She comes back and says, Joe, I'm doing bad again. We give her a check out of our pockets. We say, yo, we got.
Except a music industry professional came forward with a very different story. He accused Joe of keeping Pun's royalties for himself. Not by accident, not through confusion, but through strategy.
I gave her $750,000. I gave her $250,000. I told her enough's enough. Everybody bought it and believed it. It was all lies and mediation. We had him admit that he never gave her a dollar in his life.
Oh, so he didn't give her no money?
Nothing, not a dollar in his life. He never gave her, period. According to Liza, after he passed away, Joe was telling her that, oh no, he owed me money. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, a bunch of fake royalty statements started to come biannually.
A fun story. Absolutely believable. Not even close. Yet somehow this isn't the craziest tale he's ever told. Fat Joe once told a story involving one of the most powerful men in rap history, Tupac Shakur. He said Pac himself called him from prison. Yes, Tupac was in prison, dialing Fat Joe for backup like he was a mafia hotline.
About 2000 to 2014, fake royalty statements was coming out.
2000 to 2014?
Yeah. Joe used Jelly Bean Benitez as a publisher. Jelly Bean Benitez was Madonna's ex-boyfriend from the early 80s. He produced a bunch of Madonna records back in the early 80s. He remixed, he DJs now. Once I got the royalty statements, the same stuff that they had, it probably took me like a minute and a half to see the deception. I called her up, told her I paid for the case, paid for the auditor, took him to court. He was in mediation. He said that he never gave her a dollar, zero. So the $750 he was talking about, he lied. The $250 he was talking about, he lied. As you see now, people are starting to see that he lies a lot, but I don't understand why nobody reprimands him.
Fake royalty statements, missing payments, 14 years of unexplained numbers on paper. A court case followed, records surfaced, and suddenly that Rosie, I gave her everything speech didn't age well. When pushed to show proof, Joe allegedly admitted he never gave Big Pun's family a single dollar from royalties. That's not an exaggeration. That's not entertainment. That's betrayal.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like really disrespectful and hateful, and so he died and Tupac died.
And how many songs did you guys do?
I don't know, but a couple. Not maybe 8 songs, 10 songs, you know, like that.
Fans started noticing a pattern. Stories that once seemed harmless began to look more like shields protecting Joe's image. The legend transforms. The hero flickers. The crowd starts asking questions. Before those questions get answers, Joe drops another suspicious bombshell. Fat Joe once claimed he recorded an album with the Notorious B.I.G. Not a single track, a whole project. 10 songs. Songs so disrespectful that they were destroyed after both Biggie and Tupac passed away.
And they always say I lie or I say too much. You know, I worked on an album with Biggie. We cut about 5 songs together.
A lost treasure of hip-hop history. A secret masterpiece locked in a vault of imagination. Yet when you rewind the interviews, the number of songs keeps changing. 4 in 2018, 5 in 2021, and up to 10 by 2023.
Fat Joe, and he said that him and Biggie was working on an album together, and he said that they had a whole lot of Tupac disses on the album. How you feel about him saying that?
I don't think so. I'm sure I was around for a lot of stuff, and I didn't hear none of that at all.
Puffy told Big, hey, yo, tell them what you want from them so they could do it in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could do it. You know, because you say you wanted some Spanish shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Pun and Joe, you know, was there. And Pun looked at me. I was the rookie at the time, real rookie. Like, oh, shit, y'all want me to do this? So they both put me to do it. Yeah, so me and Pun went. So then after me and Pun went and did our stuff, Biggie was like, yeah, he was hyped up. Then Joe went in there and he put his spice on top on a separate track by himself.
Biggie's closest friends stepped forward and laughed. They say Joe might have talked about making music with Big. Maybe one track was started. Maybe...
I took this, made sure that they played it. They wasn't never gonna play it. 6 months later, he was rich. Pitbull, I took his demo and got him signed. Trick Daddy, I took his and got him signed.
Those who knew the Big the best say he refused to fuel that beef with music. It cost him too much already. It cost the culture too much. So who recorded this mythical project? Joe and his imagination? Or maybe he just forgot where he put this album along with the truth. The GPS for this fantasy tour now points to Miami. Fat Joe claimed he's the reason Pitbull and Trick Daddy got signed. He said he delivered their music, championed their careers, and basically unlocked their success.
Then Uncle Luke, Miami royalty, appeared like the voice of reality. He said, nope, I discovered both. I signed both. I put them on records. Pitbull and Trick Daddy himself raised eyebrows. Geography alone wrecks Joe's plot. New York rappers at that time weren't trying to uplift Southern artists. They were too busy clowning them.